everybody. I hope you can hear me okay and there's no technical issues. I think the internet and Facebook were having some issues on their end because I double checked everything else and it was working fine. So I think it's on their end. Can you hear me okay, Nancy? Uh, so anyway, hey Dorothy! Hi! How are things in Florida? How much snow do you have there, Nancy? Um, Here we did have snow up until Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday time frame last week, and we did have some ice. And then it finally started, and then it warmed up on Friday because it was a big question mark whether I could go to the candlelight service on Saturday because parking lot at my church is like ice skating rink if it gets icy and snowing. And if that happens, then we could stay home and watch the service online. But I was able to watch able to go to the service on Saturday night, and it was beautiful. It was. Oh wow. Well, I feel sorry for the guys up in New York. They're really getting slammed, especially in Buffalo. And again, yeah, because they had an earlier storm in the 1st of December time frame. Buffalo did, and so now they're getting slammed the second time. And I feel sorry for them up there. So in my news, prayers to those in New York and the surrounding areas and other states that got hit by this bomb cyclone, as they call it, or polar vortex, that gets a lot of snow and blizzards and everything else. And sadly to say, about 37 people died from it. I was mainly, I think, was from when there was no power at their homes and everything, and they basically froze. Especially those that are homeless, that should stay inside, but it's kind of difficult. Now my question to you guys is, can you hear me okay? Because it was like last Friday I was having technical issues. So anyway, here in the Pacific Northwest, as I stated earlier, we had snow up until Thursday, and then Friday we had rain over the weekend. Okay, good, great. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Of course, we're having rain today, so we're dealing with what they call an atmospheric river again, or is what they call also the Pineapple Express, where we get really warm temperatures and it gets up to like 51 degrees. Right now it's 52, and we're under a flood watch here. Because we have a lot around Lakewood, we have a lot of surrounding creeks, and I'm glad I don't live in the floodplain anymore. I'm up higher and I'm up in a third-story building, so it's good there. I'm so glad I'm not in the old place anymore. Because about, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we had flooding where we were. So, anyway, they're worried about flooding in some areas right now. The Puyallup River is under flood watch. So is Snohomish River up north, which is way up north of me. It's up that way. Pointed that way. Okay. And there's snow melt coming from the mountains because the mountains got a lot of snow over the last week. It really did. I mean, we're not worrying about our water table so much, but just a lot of snow melt and worrying about flooding. I mean, it's either or. We get slammed in one thing and then we get slammed in another, and we just hope that Mother Nature is able to even things out. I really do. But they're worried about landslides because there are some homes that are built on cliff-like uh, plateaus, especially like up in Bonnie Lake area, which is northeast of me. And there have been some slides, and so they're kind of worried about that. What they also really worry about are the areas that had the fires, the wildfires, and of course when there's vegetation burned out, there's just soil left behind soil, and when you get rain like this, there's nothing to hold the soil in place. That's where you get the landslides. So keep our fingers crossed and hope it doesn't happen. And I hope the water has somewhere to go. I mean, it's got to go somewhere. As far as the political thing goes, there's a big question mark whether President Biden will run in 2024. And a lot of them are saying, well, you try not to think age is a number, but he has served so long in the public sector, which, kudos for him. I mean, we need more people like him that want to serve the public, okay? But we need somebody that's younger, and, hey, Virginia, yes, there is. People say that it's not real or anything else. I go, yeah, he's real. He's real. One way or another, he's real. So anyway, where was I? Well, I'm saying they would like to see Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg be president of the United States. I mean, he'd be wonderful because he speaks multiple languages. He's very well versed in almost every aspect of government. He knows how things really work, even though President Biden knows how everything works. But it creates a lot of time and energy to be president of the United States. I mean, you're wearing so many hats in that job that it's not easy. And President Obama said, being president is not easy. It's very hard, it's very demanding. And you have to really know what you're doing. You have to have a good team, you have to have good advisors, keep you abreast of everything that's going on, and then solve problems. Now, the biggest question is in January 3rd, when Congress, I bet, how much snow do you have, Virginia and Boston? Nancy's got 6 inches in Alma, Wisconsin. I got rain. And needless to say, more of it's coming our way. Oh. Huh. Okay. Sounds like the storm kind of bypassed you there. New York is getting it though. New York and Buffalo. I've been through Buffalo when I traveled down to New York, or I crossed the Lake Champlain into New York, and then of course go to Vermont, and we went to Vermont to New York to visit New York City. This was back in the summer of 1977. Repeat, that was summer, okay? But the country that I loved is Vermont, and I took my horse on a trail ride in Vermont. He loved it. He liked to go look at all the trails and everything. People are friendly, and I got permission from some of the farmers from the landowners that say, hey, I just don't like to be on the main road. Can I pass through your pasture? Get on the other side? And they go, sure, no problem. Just close the gate behind you. And I showed them how my horse was trained to, I trained him to help me close the gate. And he closes the gate, and we went on our way. But I love the area up there in Vermont. It is beautiful. I wouldn't mind living in an area like that. Sure, they get a lot of snow. I mean, it's like that everywhere. But, you know, if you're prepared and everything, you should be okay. That's the important thing. Now, again, sorry about last Friday. Because of the issues with, I think it was Facebook was having issues because John was having issues because he couldn't, of course, he hurt himself. He wanted to do beer in bed Friday, he couldn't do it, and all at the same time they were having technical issues, so it was kind of a washout there. But and by the way, John, I hope you're feeling better. It's not fun to knock a joint out of whack, and you're trying to use that said joint to get around. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm going to be, after I'm done with this, I'm going to get a quick bite to eat and then go take out my garbage. I'll do it between rain showers. It's stopped raining for right now. It's 52 degrees. They said rain's coming, but I'll be prepared for it. So when I go out. And of course, you know, you hear all this crap, that's what I call it, well, not crap, but you hear all this antics that he who shall not be named is doing. I'm glad that the media is not focusing on him as much. I think they're just hunting for other things to focus on and that we could discuss and everything. And that he who shall not be named is going bonkers down at Mar-a-Lago. And I understand his grounds, the people that keep up the grounds there and the staff that works there, they quit Christmas night. He said, no more. And I understand that Jared is divorcing Ivanka on that thing, and I could see why. He just didn't want anything to do with his so-called father-in-law. And all the advisors and everybody else, they're just demanding him. They just don't want him there anymore. And with his very strong evidence, it's been proved that he's done these crimes. They're just dumping him and saying, well, you're on your own. You created a mess, you need to clean it up, or accept the consequences, turn yourself in. And that's what I think he should do, just turn himself in. And I'm pretty sure an indictment will come. Mr. Smith, over the special consular, he doesn't play around. He goes after these people. He's done it for the Hague, which is the international court. He's done it for them, going after international criminals and everything else. He's done a number of other high-profile cases, and he didn't take any crap. And he who shall not be named says, well, you know, if I plead insanity, it'll keep me out of jail. No, that won't work. It won't work. He's got to be held accountable, and also be banned from running any kind of office. I'm checking my cat's under here. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens. The January 6th put out its final report, and it's a doozy. You want to check on that there. It's in detail. I think it talks about in detail through Ari Milber or might check with PBS because I'm sure they have a special on that. Or check with the federal government on their webpage because they do post that. Because it's public record. And people like he who shall not be named should be in jail. Now up here, I know you guys don't get our local news here unless it's very, very prominent. Over the weekend, we had 4 Pierce County electrical substations vandalized, burglarized, and vandalized. There was one substation out in Graham, which is a small town east of me here. They lost power during Christmas night. And it kind of irritates me with the police when they say, oh, that's not active terrorism and everything else. Well, when 4 substations go out at the same time and it's done by vandals and burglars, yeah, that's an act of terrorism. I view it that way. I go, no, it is terrorism, guys. What is 4 substations going out at the same time? What do you call it? Okay? People that do that to property, especially in our electrical infrastructure, they should be found and thrown in the pokey, thrown in jail. And also they need to be forced to pay for the repair of all the damage that they have done. Now here I'm lucky on our infrastructure here. We're on a different, here in the Pacific Northwest here in Puget Sound, there's many different electrical companies. Here is Lakeview Power and Water here in Lakewood. They cover the Lakewood area. Tacoma has water and power. They're on a somewhat separate grid, if you will. And then also they cover Puyallup. Then you have, what's the other company? There's 2 other companies that cover other areas. But luckily here, Lakewood Power and Water, we didn't have that issue. We didn't have substation vandalism. Most of the substations were handled by Tacoma Power. It really kind of teased me off when I see things like this happen. Okay? And I think now our state legislature needs to change some of the rules. They need to get rid of the rule where they're not allowing police to do pursuit of stolen cars, domestic pursuits, that type of thing, where the domestic person that assaults another and runs away and they can't go after him because of the stupid rule. They need to be allowed to go after him. Because that perpetrator can go after other family members too, or friends. So, they need to change the rules. They need to say, hey, and then leave it up to police for judgment. done. In other words, you need to make it fair, yeah, but you need to make it where, how should you put it? My thing keeps coming up. Hold on a second. So, anyway, we need to go after these people. We really do. And get this to stop. So anyway, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Look like I'm going to be going ahead and shutting down early because there's no other news going on right now. I think everybody's just taking a break. But I will do my rant again on Wednesday and then of course again on Friday. And again, I'm doing some work on my store. Still doing work on that. It just takes time. It takes a lot of time. You know, to troubleshoot and where to go and everything else on it. But be sure to share and encourage those to sign on to my YouTube channel. Now, I will post this video, since it's not working properly, post this video to my YouTube channel. And it's called Ginger's Rant Show. I will, you too, Dorothy, stay safe down there, okay? You too, Virginia, stay safe in Boston. And Nancy, you too, stay safe in Alma, Wisconsin. So I will talk to you guys later. And if T comes on, I love you, T Brown. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and stay safe. And then we got New Year's coming this weekend. So, love to all, and be sure to insist, persist, and push back and share. And, you know, do whatever you can to help. In other words, serve others. Help others. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Love you all.